Woo! Okay.
Yay.
Yay. Sorry, guys. I had to do things like be an adult and...
Fuck being an adult.
Yeah, it sucks. I had to fucking
goddamn
work
bills.
and tour and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, today, me and my man Justin over here, or
Yes,
Alliance as I like to call him, we even have a fancy handshake and everything.
Yep. It actually explodes people's minds and gets them pregnant.
That's true.
Yeah,
Friendship.
facts.
Friendship
science.
Friendship science. So today we're going to be reviewing 2 juggernaut fucking animated films. They came out like, what, 2 weeks apart?
I think roughly, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I think we should probably do Wreck-It Ralph first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it came out 26 days ago.
Okay. Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet.
Yes. I mean, I love the first Wreck-It Ralph, so...
It's a fucking classic, dude.
Yeah. And this was actually one of the times that the sequel is better than the original, I felt.
Really? Feel that strong?
I do.
Damn.
Well, I mean, you already had the character development put in place by the first one.
Right.
And they just kept the same forward momentum from the first movie.
Yeah. Except they took it to a whole new fucking place.
Yeah.
And I really, that's like the coolest thing about that film is the way they interpreted what the internet would look like if it was a place.
The internet minus Nazis and porn.
Thanks, Disney.
Yay. The
No, dude.
Republic of Disney are pleased.
Yeah. Dude, the world that they built for this one was vast and utterly ridiculous, but also like it was a lot of things in the background that were like really hilarious, where you would just be watching the film, but there'd be something going on in the background that you could see. You could tell they spent a lot of time on world building in this one. Whereas the last one, it was kind of easy because you could just go to like, the coolest world they made, I think, in the original one was the Surge Protector. How they all could live and mingle in the Surge Protector. It is fucking, that's brilliant, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, whoever thought of that? But it's like a railway station, but for characters. It's great. I love the first one. I think this one, for me, is it's on par. I don't think it's better than, but I don't think it's worse than.
Yeah, well, I'll say better than, man. It's that little like half an inch higher than the first one.
That's a huge order, though, man. Like to most sequels, especially, well, just any really, it's hard as fuck because when the first one is so good, how do you recapture that? Because you don't have any character building now. You can introduce new characters, but those characters have got to be solid. Yeah. Now, the Google search man, he was hilarious. The new it wasn't the villain, it was the person in that racing game.
Oh yeah, the
what was
Shank.
Yeah. Like that whole crew of people.
And that was played by Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman.
Oh, Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot, there we go. Look at me being American.
Yeah.
Mispronunciation shit. Yeah.
The T is silent, I think. That's just how I hear other people say it. I don't actually fucking know anything.
Oh, but yeah, it's Wonder Woman that plays the voice of Shank, the new...
No shit.
The new female lead, I guess,
that.
almost. Not really, I guess, female lead, but she's
close. I mean, she's up there. She's like what Jane Lynch's character was in the first one. Yeah. She's like the new female.
Well, it's the more grungier fucking urban setting.
Urban setting. But it's dystopian too.
Yeah, because her character comes from the it's like a Grand Theft Auto world, but not air quotation is not.
And the cool thing about they can find a place where they can stay and live and just kind of be there, and then the ending is.
It's one of those things of like it was why you gotta do this to me, Disney?
Yeah.
Every time.
Why do you always got to make a cry spot, dude? The older I get, the more shit I cry at.
This is a good movie. God damn it, I'm tearing up.
The ending was phenomenal. The whole movie's fucking great. The characters, the world building is probably my favorite part in this one. The even Rihanna's character was awesome. Yeah. The only thing I would say that I didn't like is the intro. The beginning of the movie is kind of slow.
Yeah, it is.
It takes a hot second to.
It's
get
almost like you're seeing like a slideshow of like what's been going on since we've last left Ralph and Vanellope.
Right, and then the world, how they get to the internet's a cool scene too.
Yeah, I did like that one as well.
It's kind of Stargate-y a little bit. Kind of got like a what's one of those movies where they travel through dimensions and shit. It's kind of like a dimensional travel portal thing.
And you get to this massive like Star Wars Coruscant city that's the internet. It's infinite. So
and there's just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
It's great. Honestly, I mean, it's an A+ from me.
Fucking sure, man.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yes,
it's so cool to live in a time where these fucking the animated films today are almost the better movies. Almost every time.
Well,
there's not a lot of animated movies that come out that are just total garbage.
Well, no, I mean like the good ones, like Wreck-It Ralph 2. He breaks the internet, all that shit.
Yeah, dude. Big Hero 6.
Well, yeah, I mean I know the rating scales. I mean it slid since we were kids. Like PG now, it's PG-13.
Yeah,
like from when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And like still to be able to get those fucking adult
adult jabs,
humor fucking parts in so fucking well.
Well, and they're sly. They're real sly on how they do that. Used to, it was just very like in your face. Like if you go back and look at the cartoons our parents watch, like the overt racism, the amount of like adult humor,
blatant.
like sexual humor that's in there, but kids are just like kids, so they're like ha ha, and then your parents
don't
are like
perceive it yet.
Yeah. But they've gotten a lot more clever.
Yes.
With all those
but
adult humor things.
Yeah. It wasn't like being blatant fucking.
No. If you're not an adult,
we showed you a wiener, but not really.
Yeah, if you're not an adult, you're never going to get it. So it's great. It's cool how they've been able to mask that over the years. They're really very smart. But also the style of animation for this movie, Wreck-It Ralph, I dig.
I mean, they didn't change anything from the first one, really.
I like how they kind of took 8-bit characters and rounded them off.
Yes,
that's kind of what it looks like.
Well, that's what I liked about the first one too, though. Was the fact that like you're getting to see Pac-Man and all the people when they're meeting in the fucking the Villains Anonymous group.
Right? Yeah.
I mean,
and the animation changes from like newer games, so like they're high definition looking, so they look like contrastly better to their counterpart that's standing beside them. That would be from a different game. Yeah. I dig it, man. Very smart. There's a lot of incredibly talented people clearly working on these movies.
Yes.
And it is, man, it's cool.
I dug it. I'm glad we went and saw it.
And Disney's just killing everything. I know they own everything, but I mean, they're killing it.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Pixar killing it.
Empire of Joy, man.
Fucking Star Wars. It's debatable if they're killing it. Right now,
there's a large group of people that disagree.
That one's an argumentative thing. Marvel is straight. But did you see the fucking new trailer for the Endgame?
They put out another trailer?
No. The one trailer.
Released?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal, man.
Oh my god, dude. There's gonna be so much death. There's going to be so much death, and it's going to be real death. These motherfuckers ain't coming back.
Well, I mean, you already have a bunch. I know, like Captain America, and there's a Tony Stark.
There's no new contracts.
Yeah, there's no new contracts for them.
It's done.
And I think it's good to kind of end yourself on a high note instead of
the highest, dude.
Yeah,
the highest.
So there's not the highest grossing movies that are coming out has been Marvel,
dude. The top fucking. I was just looking at it the other day,
released
man.
Black Panther, and then they released fucking Infinity Wars. They made billions of dollars off that shit.
Infinity War made $2.3 billion. Black Panther made like $1.3 billion.
Yes.
What the fuck, dude? Like, what the fuck? Here, I'll go to Box Office Mojo right now, dude, and tell you the top 5 movies. Let me see here. Worldwide. Of course, Infinity War is the first one. Black Panther, Jurassic World 2, which I feel like is not deserving.
That was from the foreign, though, right?
It was because of the foreign market, yeah. But it made
there is no
it made almost as much as Black Panther did. They're like $20 million apart. So if it had one better weekend, it would have actually beat Black Panther.
Oh, okay,
and
I got you.
I feel like Black Panther's a vastly superior movie.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking honestly, dude, I know we reviewed Jurassic World 2. My initial thoughts, I was kind of in shock. The more I've seen it again, dude, that movie sucks. I don't like it.
The first half of the movie's good.
Yeah, the first half is what it should have been.
Awesome.
Yes. That last half is, I feel like I was robbed.
They should have stretched it out to the ending being them getting off the fucking island.
Yeah,
God
dude.
damn it.
And then start the war in the third one.
Yeah.
It's clear what the direction they should have taken. But they're like, let's do some really ignorant shit with a fucking, we'll auction off these literal, like, dinosaur creatures and we'll make the bids like $1 million. Like, okay, yeah, a live dinosaur would be like $1 billion investment.
And then Blue goes to the Silicon Valley and gets her tech degree.
Yeah,
you're right. A strong, independent raptor.
Learns how to talk.
Yeah. Becomes anamorphic.
I swear to God, dude. Anyway, so the next one is Incredibles 2. So that's 3 for Disney.
Yeah.
In the top, that's top 5. And then the 5th one, can you believe it? It's Venom.
Yeah.
With $852 million.
When you're saying all these big numbers, and I look at Wreck-It Ralph's worldwide
abysmal.
It's
not doing so hot.
285 million.
I've got right here.
And that's including foreign.
Oh, okay.
It's like 130 from foreign.
No, I'm just looking at.
Yeah, in the States it only did like 154.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't see how.
I don't either. It's because of the Grinch.
The Grinch was okay.
I don't even care to see it ever. I really don't. I'm probably not going to. But it's at like 246, and it's only got a 10-day head start on Wreck-It Ralph. That's one movie cycle. Like, what the fuck?
Like after seeing it with my kid, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And then I watched the original, and then I watched the Jim Carrey one, and I'm just like, I think back to the new one. I'm just like,
yeah, dude.
I like old Mr. Cumberbottom.
Oh, he was the Grinch. Yeah,
yeah. He played like I liked him doing the Grinch, but like him and Max through that movie were cool.
Right.
But the whole fucking tone of it's a
fucking kid movie.
Dull shade.
Yeah, it's a kid movie. Like and when I mean kid, I mean like 5 and down.
Yes.
This is for no one but children, literal children.
Jim Carrey rules all.
Yeah. My favorite fucking review of
Except for that goddamn singing scene. I hate it. I want it to die with fire.
No, dude, the Grinch is, I mean, just killing it. It's at 38-day total is $239 million.
Wreck-It Ralph 2 was so much better.
Yeah, I was going to ask. So which one's the better movie? It's Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Wreck-It Ralph hands down.
Like what the fuck?
You can just get the Grinch from the Redbox or stream it.
Right.
Legally.
Yeah. Legally stream it illegally. Yes. Wait.
Do not go to any illegal streaming sites to watch it.
So we should get to the powerhouse. I mean, honestly, dude.
Best animated and best.
If they.
Well, I don't know about best because we still got.
Well, that's debatable, man. I think
we got 21st coming up, man. They're Bumblebee.
I think Toy Story might be the best animated film of all time.
Yeah.
Just because it was such a fucking game changer and it was supposed to never happen and it did. And just the story behind it and the struggle to get to where it was and the fact that it still holds up 20 fucking years later.
Yeah, I mean you can watch all 3 in a row.
You can go watch it right now, dude, and just fucking feel glee. Like a child. Just childlike wonderment. But this one is a fucking hard toss. It's in my top 3. I don't know where it lies in my top 3, but Sony...
I know it lies at the top of my...
Dude, Sony has managed to fucking do something that they have not been able to do in a long time.
Well, they tried... This is something very... Like, the new Spider-Man, it's...
Well, they killed it with the Tom Holland one because they associated with Marvel, and Marvel helped build the character.
Yeah.
Which I think... They probably had some hand in this as well, but we're talking about Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse, and
it's a movie. It seems that was almost made for fans of Spider-Man.
Yeah, and this is the Miles Morales story.
Yes,
and it's a dimensional story as well, so you get more than just one Spider-Man. Hence the Spider-Verse. It's a multiverse film. The fucking villains point. The storyline, incredible.
Yes.
The acting, the voice characters, phenomenal. The soundtrack is probably the best soundtrack of the fucking year as well.
Yeah,
I can't remember a movie with a better soundtrack.
Exactly.
The animation, this is so new that we haven't seen anything like this.
No,
that's why
it's like watching a comic book.
It's the first time you can ever speak to seeing something and being like, they took a comic book and I'm just reading through the pages and it's moving, it's motion.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, dude.
And your boy Stanley was in it too.
I know. It got me because I had forgotten.
Well, I guess he's animated in one, and then
he's animated
and then mentioned later.
Well, of course, but the animated one, I don't know. To me, the animation, the scene was like, I don't want to ruin it, but it was very Jay and Silent Bobby ish.
Yes.
Like I was really like, oh, dude, that's like 2 nods right there. I love that. I fucking love that, and I'm sure Kevin Smith probably loved it as well. His write up on the movie was really awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, they managed to break a ton of barriers with this film, man.
Oh, I mean, they tried. It felt like they were trying something different to.
Like way different.
Yeah.
They went in a place where you're just like, I saw something today. It's like, can you believe that this is the same company that made the Animochi movie or the Mochi movie? I was like, it is the same company, dude.
We don't talk about that.
It was so good. If you're on the fence, don't be. It's one of the best animated films of all time.
And it's almost fucking 2 hours long.
Yeah, and you're sucked in the whole time.
I mean, like, it did not feel like a 2 hour long movie.
When did we go? Thursday night?
Yes.
And I went again last night, and it was just as enjoyable. I sat through even when I had to piss unreal, I like didn't want to miss something.
And the way they introduced all the Spider-Man, I thought was just fucking
the way they kept rewinding,
yes,
and then okay, now let's go forward again. Hilarious. There was a lot of that. I loved. So like when he has thoughts, they pop up like thought bubbles.
Yeah, like they had the comic effects that were.
Oh yeah,
dot like animation. Watching a movie, that was actually just it would come out their mouths and stuff. Yep.
And this is the first film ever I've ever seen that I'm like, I want to see this in 3D.
Yeah,
like what does this movie look like in 3D?
Yeah, because I think it's one of the movies that's it's made for the 3D tech we have now.
Well, you can see it. There's certain scenes where the background gets real blurry, and it's cool without the 3D glasses. Yeah. But in 3D, I can only imagine that means whatever's in the foreground is just like right on your face. Like, holy shit, you'll be swatting at things. The villains were awesome.
I loved how they did a Green Goblin.
Dude. Yes. I don't want to get into it. Try not to spoil anything.
That's I know Green Goblin's shown in the trailer too, and you have Kingpin.
Oh, okay.
Kingpin's
I didn't watch
the villain.
Kingpin's the main antagonist. Yeah.
I mean, as it's Spider-Man. That's
yeah, but the way they did him,
yes,
which I learned was a Frank Miller version.
Okay.
Oh, the big, broody, like larger than most people, giant shoulders.
He has an ominous size, but he has "quote unquote" good intentions.
Yeah, good intentions. No, I don't think so. He fucked up and then blamed other people for his mistakes, and then tried to, do more wrong things.
But for Miles Morales, though, I think this is it's one of the best done intros to a new Spider-Man they've done in a minute. Like Tom Holland, it was good. I love it.
Oh yeah. Well, he's great live action. He's like the old quippy animated Spider-Man,
but put all that effect like they did to make that good of a Spider-Man, and then a bunch of fucking steroids into it. Like,
dude, it is so up there in the echelon of animated films. Like, it's got the story is 1,000% almost perfect.
Yeah,
it's as close to perfect as you're ever going to get with a story. The acting is it's the same thing, but the animation is new. It's different. It's the first time you've ever seen anything like this. So like it's an assault on your eyeballs too, where you're like, how the fuck? Who came up with this? What was the running thing? Like even just the little things like shit going on in the background as far as like the comic booky style that they were achieving.
Yeah.
Where like you'd have a scene in a scene and then there would be like those pop-ups and those scenes would be playing out at the same time. Dude.
So I heard his voice and I wasn't sure. Like I looked it up after we got out of the theater, but fucking Nicolas Cage voices one of the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I'd be fucking,
That's what. It's so funny, and I didn't even notice it until the last scene that he's in.
yeah. He just, I mean, that's that Nick Cage voice, man.
Yeah, it was, and the scene's really funny
And
too.
he gets like a huge bounce back off of this.
Hey, he
relaunches his career.
Well, he's been trying. He's been doing a lot of good shit, man.
Yeah.
His independent films he's been doing have been really, really good.
You
man.
know what I mean? Because the shit he was contracted for was.
Well, that's what happens when you spend all your fucking money and make a bunch of bullshit deals.
Yup. What are
But-
taxes?
Well, exactly. But he is trying, and dude, he
Yeah. I mean, he plays Spider Noir, which is like a it's a noir Spider-Man in the 30s.
That's it.
Yeah, and his he portrayed that very fucking well as
Awesome,
for the
dude.
character.
Awesome.
Yes.
The taglines, like his catch, like when he would do something or call somebody something, were very 30s esque. And
Well, fucking Peter Porker. He was a spider that got bitten by a radioactive pig.
yeah, dude, I fucking love this movie. So I can't say enough good things.
Yeah.
It's A double plus infinity times a billion.
And I don't know if anybody listening that's familiar with the Miles Morales story, because I know it's fairly new. Yeah, like him. The one thing I will say, I did wish they had a bigger connection between him and his uncle.
Yeah. Well, it was 2 hours long, and I get that they
Yeah.
can only focus on certain things. Now,
Yeah, that's true.
They were able to, for an animated film too, like the suspense they were
Yeah.
able to capture. Like that doesn't usually happen.
the fucking audio, how they had like
It
some
was-
of the villains
it was-
sounding.
it was-
It's so like.
I
boom
don't want
and
to say the
deafening.
scene, but the scene I'm talking about. It was as suspenseful as in Toy Story 3 when they're going to the fire.
Yeah.
I was clenching my fucking chair like, what the fuck? And both nights we went, like for a Thursday night at our theater, dude, it was abnormally full.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people there. And I went again Saturday night, last night, and dude, there was 2 seats left. The
Yeah.
whole thing was full. I was like, holy shit. So this movie's going to kill it. And if it doesn't win Best Animation, it's a fucking horseshit. You need to
We're
throw
burning it to the ground.
throw the Oscars in a fire anyway. What a load of
the
shit.
Oscars need to be thrown in a fire.
That's the worst thing ever now.
I mean, that shit's it's all played out.
It's so diluted. And
Everybody
it's like,
knows. There's
it's like, oh, we're going to give the award to this film no one fucking saw. It didn't even make its budget back, but because this actor's known for these dramatic roles, we're going to give it to them. Okay, well, it's like, well, all your money, Holly fucking Wood, is coming out of these Spider-Mans, Avengers,
yeah.
Black Panther. Look at the top movies. All of them were superhero films. Even Jurassic Park, you can call that a superhero. I mean, he fucking does shit that no human would actually live through.
Yeah.
Like waking up a T-Rex and surviving inside of a 3-foot cage with it. Yeah, okay.
That's believable.
Yeah, it's real
That's
believable.
believable, Corey.
Leaping off buildings and just not falling through glass
Well,
panels. Yeah.
We did watch that movie Skyscraper where like from the poster it was physically impossible.
Yeah.
Even in the movie for him to jump that far. He was missing a goddamn leg.
2. He was missing both his legs.
No, he was missing one.
Oh, it was just the one?
Yeah, because remember he kept on using it for like nippy
Oh,
shit.
right. Yeah, he would beat shit with it. Yeah, okay. It's
Like,
been a minute, and that movie was terrible.
leg grappling hook.
I love The Rock, but that movie was something.
That's what happens when you do cocaine and acid at the same
That
time.
movie was pretty awful. That's one of the
awfully,
least.
terribly delicious.
It was like, hey, let's try to boot this franchise that's basically Die Hard, and no. No.
They're die capable, Corey. They're
Die Hard
still
capable.
people.
Yeah, there
He
won't
was
be a
handy
second one.
can.
Yeah, I get it. No, I get it. It's
Okay.
still a bad movie.
It is a bad movie. But Spider-Man was also a great movie.
It's top 3, dude.
Yeah,
Of all time.
It's my favorite Spider-Man. Now,
Oh, it's definitely my favorite Spider-Man movie. I think it's going to be anyone who sees its favorite Spider-Man movie. You can make a strong argument for Homecoming and maybe the first Raimi one,
yeah.
but honestly, you're probably going more on nostalgia and want. See, the Raimi one, you're going to be going on nostalgia, and then the new one for the new
Yeah.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man, it was just a sigh of relief from the other two Spider-Man.
Because they don't reference Tom Holland's Spider-Man in this new one, nor old Garfield.
Oh well, they had the suits, I do believe, in the.
Yeah, they had the suits, but
did you? Oh, I didn't know if you noticed. Oh, never mind. I don't want to say it's a spoiler. Okay, never mind. There's a suit in that room. There's a room they go to, but there's a bunch of suits. There's another one. I'll talk to you after if you saw it. I noticed it last night. I was like, oh shit, it's in there. It was very cool.
Well, speaking of suits, though, the way
Miles.
they show how Miles gets his suit,
Yeah,
is
dude,
so badass,
so badass, and it really. They really took all of the character up to that point, and really put it into what would his suit
just
look
put a bunch
like.
Of coal in a giant ass pressure cooker, and this made a fucking big ass diamond.
Yeah, they did. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, because oh man, I love it.
I will see it again. This will be a 3-peat for sure.
Yeah, I really hope they do a sequel to it.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's getting a sequel for sure.
Because there is a post-credit scene that interludes to.
Oh yeah, no, just the one. Yeah, at the beginning of that. Yeah. Stick around. There is one credit scene, but it is at the very end of a very lengthy. It's a 4-song credit scroll, so
just like get out your phone, play whatever.
Hit up tech. Reply to your texts or whatever.
The only thing you're doing is making the parking lot a little more easy for yourself.
Yeah, it's worth the wait because they do allude to what's going to happen next, which they actually allude to it at the end and then show you what was going on at the very end. Yeah. So they kind of like, okay, so now the next one, I feel like they're going to take that multiverse shit and fucking go crazy.
Well, I mean,
because as much as people like this movie, dude.
Well, I'm a fan of the multiverse theory in general. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're a uber nerd and love like dimensional theory and all that stuff,
and then seeing
quantum mechanics and all those kinds of things,
the crossover of the same like the crossover of the same person, like all those people in the movie are Spider-Man in their own right.
Yep, and they all have similar stories but different.
Yeah, and
they all have unique power sets.
Yeah,
you know.
I was just glad to be along for the ride.
Yo, dude. I'm watching it again.
Ride it was.
And the day that fucking thing comes out on DVD, I'll probably have a watch party.
I'm going to buy a 4K TV just for this fucking movie.
I spent $900 for you, Spider-Man.
I love you, Spider-Man.
Hell yeah.
I fucking... Once again, it's the time-old classic of I can't say enough good things about it.
And, I'd say that's about it for this week, dude.
Yeah.
Glad to be back.
I know we should start seeing some more movies, Corey.
I know, dude. I'm sorry, man. I've got a lot on my plate.
I'll make a little side note about Robin Hood. They should have just called it Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Add about 10 more minutes to like go into like the present day world so it fit it, and then stop calling him Robin Hood.
Yeah. I love Taron Egerton, but I heard that movie was basically a joke.
It's like Desert Storm, but the Crusades.
I got no desire to see it, but definitely go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Thanks everybody for your patience. If you like this series of the Ugly Dudes movie reviews, it took a little time to get back in the saddle and get rearranged and get life back in order, but we're back enough.
Yeah.
We'll do one again. We got Bumblebee coming up. We got Aquaman coming up. We got
Mortal Engines.
Mortal Engines. We'll see. We'll probably see it. We're going to have to see if it's good or not. I'm worried.
I mean, it's like Valerian. So.
It kind of looks like Hunger Games with different people to me.
Hunger Games meets Valerian.
Yeah. Yeah. So what'll probably end up... Here, let me go ahead and give you a prediction review. The movie itself is beautiful. I mean, that's clear just from the trailers. The way they built the world, it was great. The story and script are shit. The acting is garbage.
Yeah, I mean, it's mobile cities that eat other mobile cities.
Here's my predict. Yeah, and fuck the Earth up. Yet they roam all over the Earth. So wouldn't the whole Earth be fucked up?
Like, wouldn't it just be like a giant fucking like? There's
wouldn't it just be one big desert?
Everywhere?
Just tracks everywhere. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. The
Can't
more I
think
think
too hard into it, Corey.
Yeah, the more I think about that film, the more I'm like, Peter Jackson might need to like
far into the future, but
go
also
back to
the past.
Go back to the drawing board. Yeah. But all right, man. Fucking This was fun.
Yeah.
Everyone go see both of those films.
Yes.
Take your children. They're both very children watchable.
Both of these flicks are still in theaters too. So.
Oh, they're going to be for a hot minute, man.
Yeah.
Because January is a wasteland. There's nothing coming out in January.
It's almost been a month for fucking Wreck-It Ralph too, though.
I know. We're probably going to have to do a bunch of like rewind reviews in January because there's literally like a movie coming out.
Yeah.
And it is probably garbage because it got moved to January.
What's going on in January?
Alita Battle Angel.
Oh, that's right.
It was supposed to come out in 2 weeks.
Give me my live action anime movie, goddammit.
I think you're going to get it and you're not going to like it. But anyway, that all being said, everybody join the conversation. Tell us what you thought of these movies. If you saw them, if you didn't, definitely go. Give all your money to Sony because they win. And thanks.
Accurate.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Bye.